On this episode of The Auto Archaeologist, I'm in Michigan looking at a barn full of old Mopars. You know, like 69 Super Bs and a lot more. Just watch. All right, I'm going to walk around this barn full of cool cars. This right here is a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. The owner and her husband had this car for 51 years. They got married with this car, and they called it Demon Child. But you can see it's had a variety of engines, including a Hemi at one point, and he's done a lot of cool stuff to it. See, it's got a roll cage. Got, you know, just racing stuff, which is pretty darn neat. See, it also has, it's got no floorboards for race weight. And then over here, which, you know, I'll come outside real quick, is a 1968 Plymouth GTX 440 car. This one has been sitting, look at all the console lids. I'm like a squirrel. I'm like the dog from Up, the squirrel. Just like you see all these Mopar parts, and there's, look, in the bag, new 69 Roadrunner headlight surrounds and 340 exhaust manifolds, and oh look, there's Challenger fenders and Cornet fenders, and oh, there's a wall of exhaust, big block exhaust manifolds. It's like, wow, there's so much cool stuff in here. And then you can see it's automatic on the column. Actually, it's interesting. It's actually a 4-speed. Someone put a different column in because you can see that there's a 4-speed hump right there. Very interesting. I'm not going to pop the hood to see what it is because it's, you know, holding a whole pile of ram air and air grabber parts, including a whole bunch of spare 72 CUDA grills. But I'll show you real quick. Let's see if we can see the fender or the VIN tag. Use some of my sweat. There we go. Finally, my sweat's being put to good use. And then here we have a 1970 Plymouth Sports Satellite. And while we were talking, we were able to assemble the entire grill assembly for the car. She said, put it up in the rafters for now so it's out of the way. But this is a really solid car. I mean, it's probably like lower quarters, but it's really, really cool. Ooh, there's a E-body console or B-body console top. It's got a 69 Satellite or Roadrunner grill on it. Same thing, 68 right there. It's got a spare set of 70 Coronet grills up there and a 69 Super B grill. Oh, I'm sorry, that's an RT. Oh, and there's the side scoops for the Super B outside. Ooh, I'll have to. Is it a spare set? Because. Okay, because the one that's outside here they're not on the car. Gotcha. Okay. So this is a spare set of 69 Super B Coronet side scoops. And this right here is a 1968 Dodge Coronet 500 convertible. It is complete. I'm going to try to sneak around the one side, but it's got a pile of, let's see what we got here. We got 69 Roadrunner grill, 72 and up Challenger grill, E-body kick panels, 69 Charger or 69 Coronet tail panel surround, CUDA hood or Challenger hood scoops, Rally Challenger side scoops, and some headers, and a glove box for an E-body. And you can see back there where the raccoons and all that have come in. Okay, I'm not going to squeeze back there, but you can see it's a complete car. Seats are in it, everything's in it. Probably a 318 car. Yeah. And then next to it's a 72 or a 73 or 4 CUDA. It's got the CUDA hood, dual scoops. It's also got 2 Challenger grills on it. Last registered in 1991. But I don't know if you can tell back there. It's got some killer fender flares on it. Wow. Oh, I gotta show you the fender flares on the Roadrunner again. But this thing is crazy. Next to it is a 69 Roadrunner convertible. It's got a little bit of a raccoon poop problem. Let's show you the fender tag real quick. There we go. WP270. Then I'll see if I can. That's about the best I can do for that. But you can see this one is not complete with the parts on the car, but the parts are here. The parts are around, as you can see there. Oh, those are very rare, 3 very rare Mopar luggage racks. Oh, and there's more fenders in the rafters. Yeah, and then there's a 73 Charger SE, yeah, white car, white vinyl top, which is cool. And then we got a Challenger over here, which is a small block car. Come on, there we go. I think it's another 72, 73. But look at the old Goodrich tires on it. You know, they might hold air, not for long, but they might hold air. You can see it's got oh no, it's got a big block in it. It's got a 72 front fender. It's got 72 quarters and fenders. So someone was dropping a big block on it. But right here, oh.
You're fine, it's just bubble wire.
No, it's not, I broke.
Whatever it is, it's down and you're nothing
Yep.
to do about it.
It was on the ground, yeah. So I break things here. This is a 1969 Dodge Super Bee, 3-3. Try to get to the other side here in a minute. But still got the sides, still got the Super Bee stripe on the butt. Let's see, it's a post car. And the door's closed, can't get into the door. I'll try to see what's on the other side. But also, we think this is a painted top car. So I don't know if you can tell here. So it's a green body and a light green top, which is very rare. My friend Diego runs the two-tone paint Facebook page, and he's gonna go crazy for this thing when I show it to him. But it's got, you can see the Ram Air hood scoops with the original 3D3 badges on them. So, and then some more raccoon poop and raccoon paws. But it's complete. Here, I'll show you the back side real quick. And then here is the tail panel. You know, there's a little bit of rust, like you can see a little bit of rust right there in the corner, and there's a little bit in the corner. Otherwise, this car is going to clean up amazing.
Oh yeah, the corner.
I'm sure I would really, personally, I would fix it, make sure it's mechanically fine, and just drive it as is. Something is crawling up my arm. Yep. Yep. And then this here is another 1970, like 2 Challenger Rally that, look at those tires up front. All season. Geez, they're huge. Another red car, black interior, automatic on the floor. And like I said, that one is probably 2. Oh, there's 71 Challenger stuff right there. Ooh, that's what I need. Oh yeah, there's also like a whole thing of valances. That's a CUDA. That's an actual CUDA one right there with the dual exhaust tips. That's a Challenger one with the exhaust tips on the lower part. But that is so neat. So yeah, just a few cool cars here in this barn. And the car that they've had for 51 years is still here. That is awesome. When the owner took me to the back barn, this is what really shocked me. Legitimate barn full of old Mopars. I mean, it was ridiculous. You know, dirt floor, everything covered in raccoon poop, and just Mopar stuff everywhere. This is what you dream about finding. Yeah, there's no Hemi cars, but Come on, there's a Super Bee, a GTX, there's CUDAs, there's Challengers, there's Chargers, there's B-body convertibles, some extremely rare cars all stashed away in this one building. And the story goes that the husband and wife and their family would travel all the time and they would buy these Mopars and stash them away. You saw some of the stuff that they restored or were in the process of restoring. So these cars were always in flux. Things were moving, things were going, but these were a few of the cars, especially like the one that they had 52 years. That was one of the ones that they were keeping until the end. And unfortunately, the husband passed away a few years ago. And so finally, the wife was like, you know what? I don't need all these projects. I got the few that I'm keeping. Let's get them moving. And she did work with a group of gentlemen, and they all came up with pricing and have slowly been selling stuff off for about a year now. And I know a few people that have gotten stuff, and it is going, but they asked me not to share the information like this in a public space. Hey there, Automotive Adventurers. I hope you enjoyed that little video from my friend's barn over in Michigan. She had quite the lineup sitting in there. That was really a surprise. And there had been more cars in there. I got there a few, I think, months after they started selling some stuff. And stuff was for sale, unfortunately, or fortunately. She was working with a group of guys that her and her husband had done Mopar stuff with. And so they didn't want me putting out that they were for sale, but they have moved. These cars are no longer sitting, which is a big plus. Other than the one she's keeping that she's going to drive, the others have moved on. So they're all gone. They're not there. They've actually done something with them. So hopefully that'll make people happy. And I know a few people that picked some stuff up. That was outside of my purview, but worked out for the best. I just got back from Wisconsin for the first time this year. It went from 70s to 30s with one crazy storm. So I'm kind of doing catch up. We had flooding issues and some other stuff, and it kept me busy. But this past week, I actually worked on the green car quite a bit. And I will show you what I did here in about the next second. All right, just to finish off the video for the week. I'll show you I got the green car running. It was just out of gas. It had a misfire, but that's kind of because it was all gummed up from sitting so long. I've never actually fully tuned the Sniper EFI. I've never driven it long enough. But this car always sounds good to me, but I might be biased. Oh boy. But yeah, so got the car running, found out it was out of gas. I don't know how that happened. I mean, we filled it up in 2021 with not filled, but we put in a few gallons. And then I thought I put in a little bit more like 2-3 years ago, but I guess it evaporated. So I put in 2 gallons, got that running. And this week, it's supposed to be nice for like 1 or 2 days. So I'm going to get it out, and actually, as long as the alley, like I said, we've had flooding and the weather has been absolute garbage the last 2-3 days. Once this dries up, I'll get it out and test the brakes finally, and then move on to some other projects in there. I get to test my new shifter and everything. On a sadder note, I was told today that a friend of mine from, I'll say the Midwest, he unfortunately, if you follow the channel, he had the 70 Hemi Superbird that was in the rafters, and the Hemi Dart, and unfortunately I've heard that that building burned down, and thankfully everyone's safe that I know of. None of the reports that I've gotten were that anyone was injured, just the building was a complete loss, and just sucks. I mean, you never want to hear about that, especially with a Hemi 4-speed Superbird, a real original Hemi Dart. My thoughts are with the family, and I hope everyone is okay. I'll keep you guys updated if anything else changes. So yeah, sorry to end this one on a downer, with a little bit of an upper. I'll end it with the car running, make everyone happy. But I hope everyone is happy and healthy. Yeah. I will talk to you all soon. Don't forget, new videos every Monday. And of course, you can always see my social media content at the links below. I'll talk to you all soon. You guys stay safe. I don't think I've ever run the car long enough for the fans to turn on. I'm going to see right now if it's doing its job. creeping up there for a minute. Showing 180. It shows the controller fan is on. And I'm going to let it sit here for a minute and just let it warm up and go from there.